organizing your Fulldome show library. Your Fulldome shows are accessible by clicking the Fulldome shows button. Whenever we are making edits to our Fulldome show library, we must manually load the composition. That includes page 2 and page 3 if equipped. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our global settings menu by hitting escape and load the composition OPA Fulldome show library. We have three. We have Fulldome show library, Fulldome show library 2, and Fulldome show library 3. This is page 1, page 2, and page 3. Each gives you the ability to have 25 Fulldome shows loaded. We're going to start with Fulldome show library, page 1. We click open. Now we can make edits to the composition and have our changes saved accordingly. To add a Fulldome show, we click the tab menu to enter composer, and we navigate by looking at the buttons that we have. So if we have button number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as Clog's Cave, and we want to edit button 7, we go to chapter 7. So if we go to chapter 7, we can see right here, this is chapter 7, as we can see the number 7 here on the chapter title. Then once we're in that chapter, you'll see there's a white empty box under the space track. This is where we store the Fulldome shows. You can see there's no file path to the Fulldome show. So to load a Fulldome show here, we do not delete this clip. We just choose Browse for File, and we navigate to our fisheye folder where we save our Fulldome shows. We grab the Fulldome show that we want to play. In this instance, I am going to use Loch Ness Productions Show Reel. Click Open, and now you'll see that box went black to indicate that we now have a Fulldome show there. But we also need to edit the button. So we come up to the top into GUI Text and Buttons track, and we navigate to button number 7, which of course is the first empty button. And we go to GUI Text Properties, and we put in the name. So we would say LNP Production Reel. And now that will show up as text on our button. If we click File, Save, and close Composer, we can click that button and we see that show begin to play. Now, we can still play and pause these tracks. If you do not follow these instructions exactly, your play and pause button will not work.
The Red, God of
So one more time, to add a Fulldome show, we would count to see what button we're adding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We want button number 8, which is going to be chapter 8 inside of this composition. So if I come here and I grab the spot where the Fulldome show goes in the space track, I would select Browse for File, navigate to that file. We're going to choose the Fulldome, we'll choose the optical nervous system and select Open. Then we go to the GUI Text and Buttons track. We go to the 8th button, and under GUI Text and Properties, we put the name of the show. So we would say Optical Nervous System. And once we click out of there, we can see that it shows up on the button. We would say File, Save Open Playground Fulldome Show Library, close Composer, and now we can test to make sure that that video launches.
Most of us
and the
are
video
brought up
has
to
launched.
feel
We can
that what we
pause and play it,
see out in front
and
of
we
us
can choose Home to return to the main menu. Now, let's talk a little bit about sourcing Fulldome shows. So, if I was looking to source a Fulldome show, I would look for resources like ips-planetarium.org, which of course is the site for the International Planetarium Society. Here we can go under Resources, Free Media, and Fulldome movies. This is a list of Fulldome movies that are freely available. All you have to do is follow the instructions located under each one on how to get that film. Films are typically going to come in two different formats. First, it could be an MP4. Most of your systems are 4K, which means you want a 4K full dome fisheye image. Even if you are using a truncated system, we highly recommend that you get the full dome version of the show. WorldViewer will automatically adjust for truncated videos or truncated systems rather. That way, if you ever upgrade to full dome in the future, you don't have to get all new full dome shows. The second way somebody might send you a full dome show would be by sending you frames or image sequences and audio files. When someone does that, you have to compile the frames into a movie and layer the audio track with it. This is a little bit more difficult. If you need assistance in doing that, I highly suggest asking the creator for assistance, or you can submit a ticket to support at Illuminati.com, or by visiting Illuminati.com and clicking on Connect and Support and filling out the information requested and submitting. A technician will get back to you within 2 business days.